If you caught our last video, you know that we are on an epic road trip from Texas all the way up to Yellowstone National Park. We drove through 3 states before finally making our way to Grand Teton National Park. When we arrived that evening, we checked into our hotel and spent the next day exploring some of the park before heading over to Yellowstone National Park, where we are camping for 2 nights and exploring every amazing natural feature that this beautiful place has to offer. The trip was amazing, and we definitely want to show you all the highlights, but there was definitely some low points as well.
Well, this morning we woke up to our car battery dead. We are definitely too close. Issues with our brakes. They are making a very nasty grinding sound.
Even with the not so fun and maybe even a little bit scary points of the trip, we made some epic memories that we will never forget, and we definitely recommend bringing your family to this amazing place. So come along with us for the next 2.5 days where we show you every side of our adventure from top to bottom. With a little bit of planning, anyone can visit any part of our beautiful country. So don't forget to subscribe so we can show you how easy it is to plan some epic adventures for your family as well.
We finally made it to Yellowstone, yay! We're gonna head over to our campground. It's gonna be about another hour, but we're so excited to finally be here, yes! There's still ice floating in the lake, and there's a huge section that is still frozen. It's amazing. This section here was actually closed, this whole road, about 3 weeks ago when everything was still icy. It's amazing how it's amazing how there's still so much ice and snow everywhere. But the road is open to drive straight up from Grand Teton to Yellowstone. So we only have like an 1.5 hour drive instead of having to drive 5.5 hours around the parks like it had told us before. So very lucky. We are currently at campsite 132 on the C loop of the Bridge Bay Campgrounds, and it's a nice little spot. The ground is super squishy from the snow melting just in the last few days, so we kind of had to get some straw and grass to cover up the front part of the tent, just to kind of keep it clean. But I'm gonna try hopefully to keep these kids from getting their muddy shoes inside the tent. We'll see how that goes. It's always a challenge to get them to just take their shoes off before they walk inside or in a tent. So let's do a little tour of our spot. So we have the most important thing, the bear box. You keep all of your food stored inside the bear box. They can smell out everything, so this keeps it safe. They can smell it, of course, but this prevents them from getting into it. The more that you prevent the animals from eating the food from people, that hopefully keeps them from having to be euthanized or relocated. So that's very important for us to make sure that that doesn't happen. We also have a nice little fire pit. We did buy some wood. It was $10 for a box of wood, but you can't really bring in your own wood to state parks. It's just kind of frowned upon, if not right out illegal. So we have a nice picnic table. We didn't bring any chairs this time just to save space in the car, so I'm glad we have a few places to sit. Next we have our tent. This time we brought only one tent just because I felt more comfortable with the kids all together with us instead of separate, just in case anything emergencies arise. But inside our tent we have each of us a sleeping bag and a buddy heater. I kind of made sure that everybody is keeping their stuff inside the car, just again to prevent any smells from being in the tent. We don't want any visitors in the tent at night. So each of us have a 0-degree sleeping bag. It's supposed to get pretty cold tonight, so we have this rechargeable fan and light that we can hang from the top. I have some extra blankets. We made sure that everybody has padding underneath them because the cold radiates through the ground. So we have a mat and then a sleeping bag, and then we each have our memory foam mats. So we hopefully will stay pretty warm. Also this buddy heater, we may not use it at night, but it comes in handy in the morning to make sure that everybody wakes up happy because it's hard to wake up in the morning when it's very, very cold. Otherwise, it's pretty nice. I don't mind being close by to people in this kind of situation in bear country, just because I feel like if there's more people around, there's less likely to have bears visiting because there's more noise and just things going on. So it is a little bit breezy right now, so I'm hoping it won't be too windy at night, but we'll see. I also have some sound machines that we use, so it'll be nice, but I'm mostly excited about it being so nice and cold. I like to be cozy and cold at night. One other thing I forgot to mention is the bathrooms. They are right here, very nice and close, maybe 2 or 3 campsites away from us. So that is super nice. They're also heated. I did wash my hands and the water was painfully cold, so that is a thing too. But it did have a heat setting, but I'm not sure if there's actually a water heater in here because they don't have showers here. This is just toilets, and they're it's very nice in there. So we'll take a look at that later as well. But I'm thankful to have just a heated bathroom, so this will be great. All right, gotta make dinner. So the stove definitely has lots of smells, so I'm gonna have to put that away when we're done. Come on. Made life easy and cooked and froze the beef ahead of time. So, in it goes. All right, lazy dinner. What does it say after put it all together? Boil it.
Reduce heat, cover, and simmer for about 15 minutes once it hits the boil.
Okay. All right, it's simmering. Turn it down just a little bit. Be done in about 10 minutes, and then we'll have some dinner. Meanwhile, Dad is setting up our nice little fire pit. Dinner's ready. Nice 1-pot meal. Noodles and meat and cheese. Never hurt anybody. Is it good?
Yeah.
This morning we woke up to our car battery dead. So we were lucky enough to find a random stranger that had a charger. So fingers crossed that we get this started, because we wanted to get over to Old Faithful by now. It's been quite the adventure with setting off the car alarm and all kinds of fun.
What I did not mention is what started this whole mess. We woke up and tried to unlock the car, but the key fob battery was dead and we didn't have any replacements. So trying to get in the car, we set off the car alarm twice, and there was no place to be able to start the car by putting in the physical key inside the key fob. And then we discovered that the car battery was also dead. When everything else is going wrong, at least there's a good breakfast to make us feel better.
Well, we got the car started. Thank God. It is running. Our amazing neighbors ended up jumping us because the battery pack that this nice guy gave to us to try, it was dead. So I said to Caleb, maybe we have our crappy jumper cables in the back still, and he checked and yes, they were back there. So we still need to get new key fob batteries. This obscure little battery, maybe they have it in Yellowstone. We'll see. I doubt it, but if not, we're gonna find it somewhere. So we need to get a battery for the key, and after that, hopefully everything will be good. I'm going ahead and making breakfast now, and then we'll be off to start our day. Oh, what a morning we have had. So we had woken up this morning with a dead key fob for the car. So we couldn't unlock the car. It does have the little like physical lock, but when you use that, it sets off the alarm. And there's no place to put the key into to start the car. And we couldn't figure out how to shut off the alarm. So we were those people at the campsite at 6 a.m. in Yellowstone, setting off the car alarm and couldn't turn it off. It was pretty embarrassing. So we, tried doing the fuse, couldn't figure out which fuse. Then we've discovered the battery to the car was also dead. The only thing we can think of for that is the girls have a power strip plugged in for their iPads, and maybe that was pulling juice overnight, plus the cold. That's all we can really figure out. But the battery is dead too. So we thought we didn't have jumper cables with us, so I walked up the road to the ranger station, and the guy up there let us borrow a charger pack. Well, I brought it all the way back, and it was dead. So it started it enough to, or gave us enough juice to kind of get sound going, so we knew it was a dead battery with the dinging in the car, but it couldn't start. So I said, don't we have that cheap set of jumper cables? And Caleb dug around back there and looked, and he found the crappy ones that we have, but they work. So a neighbor pulled his truck up and got us started. By that time we had missed our early morning Old Faithful that we were planning on doing, so I just went ahead and made breakfast. We were gonna just eat some muffins on the road, but we just decided to make our full breakfast. So we made breakfast, had coffee, let the car run for a while before heading over to Fishing Bridge camp store to see if they had any of those weird little tiny batteries to go inside of the key fob. And thankfully after the third store they had one, so I stuck it in upside down so it looked like it wasn't working still, and a little bit more panic, and Caleb said, oh, the battery is the wrong way. So fix that. Key fob works. Car restarted after we went shopping at the store, and now finally we are going to see some sights at 10:30 in the morning. So it could be worse, but we got a lot of things fixed, so fingers crossed that we don't have any more craziness. But we are headed over to go see Haden Valley. It was recommended by some people at the campsite that every time they go there they see bears and wolves and like tons of wildlife. It might be kind of late, but we'll see. I hope that we see a lot. Oh my gosh, the river right here is just full on rapids. I don't know if you can see that, but wow, this place is gorgeous. All right, so we're finally gonna go sightsee. Haden Valley is our first stop. Crazy, the boiling water. We are at the beautiful Hidden Falls Overlook. This is such an amazing stop, and the waterfall is just awe-inspiring. Watching the huge amount of water just dumping down. I don't think I've ever seen a waterfall this big. It is so pretty, and just the amount of water that's falling down is just amazing. So our plan this morning is to start here at the Canyon Village. We're gonna go all the way around, see Tower Roosevelt, all the way up to Mammoth Hot Springs, coming back down around to Norris before getting back down to our campgrounds right here at Bridge Bay. It'll be a very full day.
the tree. Hey, you can't see.
Wow, they're way up there. Oh, we finally got to see our bears, and there was 2 baby cubs climbing up in the tree and a mama down below. So we definitely had like a little like traffic jam, and we're like, what are they looking at? And every other time it's been like, oh, it's a buffalo, or oh, it's just a sheep or whatever. And this time it was like, oh my God, it was a bear and babies. So we turned around and then we passed back by again, so that way we could get some more video and pictures. Caught some really good stuff. We're gonna stop here at the Tower Falls and check out what this general store has. Well, we made it from the town all the way at the bottom, all the way to the top of Mammoth Hot Springs, and we could see the entire overlook of all the hot springs, and it is so cool. I think like this whole experience is such a once-in-a-lifetime thing, that just to see the boiling hot water coming out of the ground, it looks like the inside of a cave, but just down the side of a cliff. It's so cool. These kids are very tired after we made them walk all the way up a bazillion stairs. I wish I would have set my watch to count how many flights of stairs that was. It was a lot of steps. Talk about a calf workout. All right, what flavors did y'all get? Granny?
Butter brickle.
Con praline. I got unbaked cookie.
Unbaked cookie. Wow. And mine is, of course, birthday cake. The biggest 1 scoops I've ever seen. Well, after a long, full day, we are back at our campsite again. We are making some dinner, having a little fun. The kids found a friend, and then we're going to head back over to Haden Valley this evening to go see the animals, because they said that there's a possibility that there's a lot more animals out at dusk. So we'll wait till it's a little bit later in the evening. Hopefully it'll be a little quieter, and we really hope to see some wolves. We've seen bears, we've seen a coyote, tons of elk, bison, tons of geese, swans, all kinds of animals. But we really want to see a wolf, and they said that's a good chance to see it there, so fingers crossed. There's also some clouds kind of brewing up, so fingers crossed for that as well, not to have a bunch of rain or snow. So I'm gonna go ahead and make dinner, and we'll relax for a little bit before we head over there. In the morning, we're going to try to go to Old Faithful as early as possible, and see if we can catch the geyser before anybody else comes over there. Well, I can't say anybody, it's probably gonna be already a bunch of people, but we're hoping to get breakfast also at the Old Faithful Hotel. So I'm excited. We'll see how it all goes. We are definitely too close. Go.
It's a mama. It's tiny.
No,
It's fat.
that's a
That's
boy.
good. Go.
I saw his nest.
Caleb. We got up early this morning and headed over to Old Faithful. No car troubles today, so thankfully we are here right a little bit before 8 o'clock. And this is a great time to come because there's not very many people here. There is an Old Faithful hotline that you can call to see exactly when it's going to erupt. Now, it's within 10 minutes of the allotted time, give or take, so it's not an exact science. I mean, it's an Earth feature. You can't really predict it perfectly, but it is pretty accurate. So we have about 5 minutes till we're within the 10-minute range. They said about 8:20 in the morning, so it's about 8:05. And you can actually notice that it's getting more and more steam and bubbly kind of coming up. I saw a little bit of a splash of water come out of the hole in the ground, so it's pretty good, pretty cool. I'm excited to watch it just go way up high. It's really exciting.
You guys excited to see it?
Yeah.
There's a lot more people that have filled in.
There it goes. Look, Luna.
Look, look, look.
Yep, that's it.
Stop. Autumn, get up here and look. Look. Wow.
Well,
Is that it? Come on, little teaser.
Come on, user.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
See, almost to the top of the snow.
That's insane.
That's
Here, Autumn,
scary.
hurry. Wow. That's amazing.
Finally, I think I pressed the button.
He listened to us. What do you guys think of Old Faithful?
Going on for a while.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Scary.
It's scary.
I'm just thinking, what are the people who lived here millions of years ago thought of Old Faithful?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, water shooting out of the ground. Oh well. Or maybe they thought it was
Keep going. That's crazy.
Or they
I know,
sat on
it's so
top
cool.
of it before it would erupt, and then they would get launched into the air.
Yeah.
that's something that would do.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So Dad got huckleberry pancakes. All the huckleberry things are pretty famous around here. Willow got regular pancakes. And the rest of us got a buffet and coffee.
This is so cool here. Like, the scenery is amazing, and kind of the neat plus a little bit scary part is you can actually see the slopes where trees have been smashed down in narrow paths. So I'm assuming that's where avalanches have happened. And there was actually an avalanche gun. Is that what it's called? Cannon. They had a cannon sitting in the mountains, so we're guessing that is to explode for creating controlled avalanches, which is super interesting, but also probably very harrowing. And there was a sign that said, danger, keep out, explosives area. I'm like, reminds me of being on a Fort Ord back in California when we lived in Monterey. There's unexploded ordnance zones that you couldn't go. But man, this is just beautiful. So we're actually about 5 minutes from the east entrance. We are leaving Yellowstone, sadly. We're going to head over to Casper, Wyoming for the night, and tomorrow morning, after we're refreshed again, because, you know, camping, we need showers and all that, we will get up and head down to Denver area, and we have 2 nights in Estes Park.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more adventures from the Elrod family, and also for the next part of this adventure where we head to Colorado for a week of amazing fun. We hit Denver, Estes Park, Colorado Springs, Glenwood Springs, and many more fun places to check out in Colorado. Until next time, stay adventurous.